Good morning, class. Can anyone tell me what data is?
A collection of facts.
Good. Where can we get the facts from?
We can get the facts from numbers, words, or observations.
Very good. That is correct. Can you give me an example where we can gather data from?
Our birthdays.
Yes, but how can we organize it or arrange it?
Arrange.
Arrange means putting things together. Like one way I can gather data about y'all is favorite school subject. I can arrange the data I receive, arrange it to our school subjects such as math, science, social studies, and language arts. Do you understand?
Yes.
So how can we arrange our birthdays?
We can do it by month.
Good job. We can arrange our data by the month. How else can we gather the data from our classmates?
Our names.
Okay, that is a good thought. How can we arrange it?
By first letter of our names.
Good job. We can arrange it by our first letter of our names. Today, our lesson will be about graph bars. We will have an activity where we will gather data and create your own bar graphs. Do you know what a bar graph is? A bar graph is a graphical display of data using bars of different heights. The bars be either horizontal or vertical. Here is an example of a vertical graph. Here's an example of a horizontal graph. But we will mainly focus on vertical bar graphs. I just wanted to let everyone know there are two different ways to do a bar graph, okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. When you create a bar graph, especially the columns, which is this bar, you need two different colors.
What do you mean different colors?
For example, when we finally gather our data, we need to create our birthday graphs. We need to know enough. We need to have enough room to have 12 columns because there is a total of 12 months, right?
Right.
Good. Let's say we have 3 students who have birthdays in January and 3 in February. How can we distinguish the columns differently so we won't get them confused? Okay? Well, we have different color columns to help the difference between them. January can have a red column while February can have a pink column. Also, all of the other months can have different colors. Do you understand?
Yes.
On these examples, they will have a bar graph, but you create them from each problem and answer the question it is asking you. Okay? So we have this worksheet where it already given the data and we need to create the bar graph. After completing the bar graph, we need to find the answer it wants. What's our first step?
We need to create the bar graph.
Good. Where the data, we need to create the bar graph.
Where it says numbers of ice cream cones sold.
Good. Let's start with Sam. How many ice cream cones did he sell?
2.
Okay, good. Okay, how many boxes do we color with blue?
2 boxes.
Go ahead and do that. Now, how many ice creams did Kate sell?
Only 1, so we color 1 box with yellow.
Good job. Okay. Now our last person is Becky. How much did she sell?
5, so we color 5 boxes with green.
Very good. You are starting to catch on. Okay, so now that we have finished our bar graph, let's answer the question it has for us. Who sold the most ice cream?
Becky.
Good. Who sold the least?
Kate.
Very good. Last question. How many ice cream cones did Sam sell than Kate? How can we solve this?
Subtraction.
Why do you say that?
Because we need to subtract from Sam and Kate to know how much more Sam sold.
Very good. What's 3 minus 1?
2.
Good job. Moving on to example 2. Look at the other example. It is bar graph shapes. They have already given us the data and colored the graph for us. Let's look at the word problem they have.
The octagon?
Okay, first question is, which shape was the most popular? The octagon. You were correct. Very good. Okay, next question. How many votes did the square get? You need to know now. Look at the number line on the left side of the graph and see where the line stops. Who can answer this question?
The square got 6 votes.
Very good. How many votes did the octagon get?
7 votes.
Good job. Last question. Which shape got the fewest votes? What does the fewest mean?
It means the least.
Good. Now who can tell me the answer?
The rectangle.
Good job, class. Okay, look at this bar graph. We have favorite cake graph. Let's look at the marble cake that is in the brown column.
No, that's chocolate.
Are you sure? How do you see that?
See, the brown column is under it and says chocolate.
Then how did I get that wrong?
It's because you didn't pay attention to the graph and look at the wrong color.
Good job. Good job on paying attention. I see you are paying attention. Okay, let's look at our last example. We are going to ice cream cones again. What's missing?
We need to fill in the data into the graph.
Good. Where can we get the data from?
From the numbers of ice cream cones sold.
Let's start with Sam. How many boxes do we need to fill?
4 because he sold 4 ice cream cones.
Very good. How many boxes do we need to fill for Kate?
2.
Okay, and now how many boxes do we need for Becky?
5.
Good job. We are going to use the same colors, blue for Sam, yellow for Kate, and green for Becky, like we did for the first example. First question, who sold the most ice cream?
Becky because she sold 5.
Good job. Now, who sold the least?
Kate because she sold 2.
Good job. Last question, how many ice cream cones were sold in all? What does that mean?
We need to add up the ice cream cones.
Very good. Okay, what is 4 plus 2?
6.
Good. Now what is 6 plus 5?
11.
Very good. So what's our total?
They sold 11 ice cream cones total.
Good job, class. Alright, so now we're going to move on to our activity. It's going to be an M&M's graph chart. Directions, the students will come get a pack of M&M's and they will have a sheet where they separate M&M's by color. They will create a graph of how many color of M&M's there is in a pack. After doing this, they will get the M&M bar graph chart and they will take the data they got from the M&M's pack and transfer it to paper. Then each student will color the most and the least. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Where are you at?
I'm coloring in my data on the bar graph.
Okay, let me look at that. Okay, good job on coloring. I'm coloring in it. Just remember I said use different colors on the cone.
Yes.
Do you remember why?
So you can tell the difference between them.
Yes. Because it looks like brown and orange have the same amount. So how can we make all these columns different?
By coloring them using different colors.
Good. Now, which color do you have the most?
Green.
Look again carefully. See where the green is?
Yes.
Now do you see the other column taller?
Oh, yes, I do. Brown is the most I have.
Correct. Now which color do you have least?
Yellow.
Good job. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, just finishing coloring my columns.
Okay, may I look at it?
Yes.
Good job on the chart. It looks really nice.
Thank you.
Now which color has the most?
Red.
Good. Now which color has the least?
Green.
Good job. Do you understand how to gather and create a bar graph?
Yes. We
Okay, so reviewing the activity we did today, we got to learn about what data and bar graph. What did you learn?
We learned how to transfer the data we gathered into a bar graph.
Good, what else?
We learned how to gather data and how to separate them when placing them onto a graph.
You did a really great job, Jessica. Thank you.